The ferry has been running from Barmouth to Penryn Point since the early 1500s. Long before the railway was introduced, this was the only way to cross to Fairbourne. Born and brought up on the harbour, my father spent his early years with other Barmouth lads in and around the quay. In those early days, sailing boats took visitors out on trips around the bay, and passengers were rowed across the ferry in skiffs. And when inevitably power took over from sail, motorboats were introduced, and boatmen would advertise their trips on boards outside their quayside sheds. Better known as Will Cochin because of his shock of red hair, Dad's first boat was the Enterprise, and I would spend the entire summer holidays with him on the ferry, although I grudgingly had to give up the helm occasionally for boys who were on holiday here. We would load the boat with holidaymakers and take them over to Penryn Point, where they and their families could enjoy a trip on the miniature railway to Fairbourne. And when the tides were right, we'd make our way through Barmouth Bridge and up the river to Penman Pool, with Dad ever vigilant, checking the route where the channel narrowed to avoid going aground. The journey to Penman Pool is about 8 miles, and took about 45 minutes each way up the beautiful Mowther estuary. In those days, when petrol was only 4 and 3 a gallon, the return trip cost 4 shillings. On arrival, passengers would disembark to enjoy a cup of tea, or perhaps something stronger, at the George III Hotel. Like other Barmouth boatmen, Dad was also a member of the local lifeboat crew. Throughout my teenage years, my love for the sea and the ferry continued, even to the point of me marrying a man who ran the ferry and who also ran trips to Penman Pool, and just like Dad, he frequently had to get out and push. Now most of those fascinating old characters who made the quay such an individual place have gone on to another harbour in the sky. Or maybe they've joined that other ferryman down below.